Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. This is Bit by Brick here, and today we have a review. Now this isn't a review of a new set. Some of you may actually recognize this set, or at least I hope a lot of you do. But this is actually a retired set from actually my childhood. I didn't have this one, but I did have a lot of the Indiana Jones sets. I was just unfortunate to not have this set, which I will actually outline in the review that this actually was kind of a good surprise. Now, before I get into the review, and I'm just going to mention real quick that you're going to see a decent amount of probably retired sets over the course of the next couple weeks and maybe months that are retired sets and older sets. And mainly I just want to say, and I might do a bigger video on this, but I came across a giant used lot through Facebook of about 150 pounds. And over the past month and a half, I've pretty much been going through the parts, seeing what's all there, and seeing what sets are there to complete them. And so I thought with some of these sets that I thought it'd be good to share with you guys and share with you my opinions. I know a lot of these sets that I'm going to cover go for a lot of money, but I at least like to show for the people who are thinking about getting these sets from either their childhood or ones that they missed out on, what I like about the set, what I don't like, and my personal opinion in general on the set. I'm not basing this off current market price, but because it could change over time, could lower, could go up, but I am just going to give my general opinions on these sets. And the first one I will be doing is this one, 7198. So let's get into the minifigs. First we have here is the attack pilot in the set. He's the one who flies the gray plane and is trying to take out Indiana Jones and Sean Connery. He is using the older style of the stern male head. He has just a brown cap on that you usually see with pilots, mainly in older sets, but some newer too. He has the binoculars that he can put down that are extremely oversized for the Lego eyes. He has no printing on his legs whatsoever and no arm printing. He does have a gun that he comes with. Oh, sorry, I'm demonetized. A thing to aim at. And he also has this on the torso printing here. He has a little bit of a jacket. Looks like maybe a parachute is on him. I'm not quite sure with the straps there. Maybe some ammunitions on him, but not too bad honestly on the printing for a set this old. And a decent bad guy figure for Indiana Jones and Sean Connery to try and go against. Let's take a look at them. And here we have Sean Connery. I'm sorry, I haven't seen Last Crusade in a while. I'm pretty sure his name is just Henry Jones Sr. or something like that, but I'm just going to call him Sean Connery because this is Sean Connery, let's be honest. It's a good figure. I love the printing on the chest piece. I like the little notebook sticking out of one of his side pockets. I like the bow tie, the vest that's peeking out from under the jacket with the undershirt. It's a really good print. No printing on the back or on the legs or on the arms, but the head is actually a really good. I can try and move my finger out of the way so you guys can actually see. The head is actually a really good likeness of Sean Connery. I really like the attention to detail with the glasses and the different color facial hair. Honestly, I think this is probably the best minifigure in this set, in my opinion. I think it represents the character well in its appearance, and I think it still holds up today. And now we will go to Indiana Jones. And I saved the most generic for last, and that's just because this version of him has come in a lot of sets that the Indiana Jones line had. It's not a bad figure. It's a great. Oh, and I dropped him. It's a great figure. I like the torso. I like the jacket around the shirt. I like the printing on the legs with the holster and the belts. I think it's a good print, and I think it goes well with the torso. He also has a gun. Man, I'm totally getting demonetized for this. He has the normal Indiana Jones hat that he is known for wearing, and that grin. His little smile almost looks a little devilish, like he is one step ahead, I guess you could say, of the other guys. But it's a good figure, even though he just came in a lot of sets. It's a good figure and good representation of the actual person of Harrison Ford and his famous role as Indiana Jones. But good figures all around. But let's get to the best part of this set, which is my opinion, the planes. First we have off here is the plane that Indiana Jones and his father, Sean Connery, use in the movie The Last Crusade. It actually, in my opinion, holds up pretty well. It's pretty interesting, some of the different ways they build this up, kind of like these parts here using the plates and the and these, which I don't know their specific name. The only thing is I know they were like used as like a telescope in some cases, but I think this was a clever use. I think this design still holds up. There could be some ways, obviously, they could improve. One thing that I think is kind of lame a little bit is they do have two front tires, but there's no back tires, so it kind of just scrapes along by. But it's really good, and the fact of how they fit in the two minifigures and the design detail for the Century Point for Sean Connery is really good, using those old racers design pieces that go over the tires, using them sideways to form that area, I think was pretty clever. You see the cockpit area for Indiana Jones. And also the gun is the old style flip fire missiles that Sean Connery can aim at his opponent and try to take out the plane. But overall, it's a good design. I like the color scheme, and I think it represents the actual plane pretty well. Some things could be improved, but in general, I do think this holds up pretty well, and I like the overall design. So let's take a look at the attack plane. Lastly, here we have the attack plane that Indiana Jones and Sean Connery are trying to take out, trying to get away from. And honestly, this is probably my favorite part of the entire set, for the main fact that it's just a realistic looking design. It, in my opinion, holds up pretty well. The only downside that I don't really like here is just kind of this open gap. I don't know if this is accurate, but it does kind of bother me. Some that I mean, you'd probably need a specialized cockpit piece for, but even how they brick built it, I think was still good. It's just those gaping holes I'm not a huge fan of, but I do like the overall design of this. I think it works pretty well. I also like just, again, how they did the cockpit here. We can try and get in there. It's pretty simple. Got a little gauge in there, and also a stick to control for flying. It's not a bad design, honestly. I like it. Again, like the other plane, it could maybe have done a little bit better, but I do really like this design. Now, there is one little play feature that's going on with this set. Instead of flip fire missiles, there is a little feature with how the wings come off. Let me try and show you. If you press down back here, the rear windshield piece, if I can do this one-handed, the wings actually come apart, and there's just a little, try and put this back together with one hand, there is a little piece inside there, a little assembly that actually it makes that possible. But I thought that was a pretty, oh gosh, I'm gonna break this. One-handed filming is not easy. I will tell you, it's not easy. But it's a pretty cool, at least interesting design. I was trying to figure out what exactly the purpose of it was when I was building it. But honestly, I think the plane came together pretty well. So let's give my final thoughts. And for the set all back together with all the figures, my honest opinion is I really enjoyed it. I'm kind of upset that I didn't get this as a kid. I do understand it. You can't have everything as a kid. But I do miss the fact that I didn't get the set. Now, I do believe maybe back in the day, you know, the comment section will let me know if I'm wrong for sure. But I do believe the price was either $3.99 or $4.99 back in the day. And this says from about 2008, 2009. Probably now today with inflation, I'd imagine, let's say if it was like, I don't know, 45, maybe it would be now 60, I don't know. Probably nowadays, honestly, with how Lego is, I'd probably say they'd probably ask, like, probably in that $60 range, I'd imagine. I could see more. I could even see 70, just because I do know that with inflation and everything, some people will say Lego is not more expensive. Lego, in my opinion, is more expensive. They do give more details. I do think it's probably justified, but I do think it is more expensive generally nowadays with their pricing structure. But I do think this set really holds up. I feel like there's a lot of sets from this time period that really don't all hold up all that well, and I do feel that this is one of the few Indiana Jones sets I think really holds up that you could see releasing even today, and I think people would still really enjoy it. And hopefully we will see more from Indiana Jones and maybe some in the style of Ninjago Legacy sets. Maybe we could see more Indiana Jones stuff when, in sometime in the near future, the 5th movie should come out. Hopefully we will see some more stuff from throughout the older movies and maybe some remakes of the older sets. But that is my thoughts on 7198. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helps you figure out if you should buy it or not, or if you enjoyed the review. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything else that you would like me to review. I do plan to try and review all the summer 2020 sets that I get. I'm not going to have them all because I only have so much money and I'm not in LAN, unfortunately. I wish I was in LAN. But if any of you have any suggestions for maybe sets down below, maybe from this era, I can see if they are in the lot, and I will definitely try and get them out. Of either like Indiana Jones, Star Wars, any of that stuff from around the late 2000s, I'd be more than happy to reply to you and to make the review. I've really enjoyed going through the lot so far, and I hope to give you guys more videos and more reviews on these older sets because I do really enjoy them. I want you guys to know right now, especially with at least during the certain time right now, some people have more money in their hands just burning a hole in their pocket, and some people are looking back to older sets. So I just wanted to show you my thoughts on this set, and I hope you enjoyed it. And this has been Bit by Brick, and I will see you guys later.